Hello everyone, welcome to Manchester United News Update. Subscribe to stay update on all things Manchester United, including match previews, player updates and transfer news. Here are today's top stories. Noussair Mazraoui's display against Bodo Glimt showed why he fits Ruben Amorim's system like a glove. Manchester United won an entertaining Europa League encounter against Bodo Glimt 3-2 at Old Trafford on Thursday on what was Ruben Amorim's first home game. The hosts took yet another early lead, this time within 50 seconds through Alejandro Garnacho, before the visitors shocked the United faithful into silence by scoring twice within 4 minutes. But the front three kept at it, and eventually Rasmus Højlund scored a fine brace as the Red Devils clinched back-to-back wins in the competition for the first time this season. The attacking trio of Højlund, Garnacho and Mason Mount dovetailed nicely, but the Portuguese coach will not be too pleased with his wing-backs. Mazraoui was very intelligent. Despite conceding twice on the night, it was another fantastic performance from Noussair Mazraoui, with the Moroccan hardly putting a foot wrong against the Norwegian side. Not too many Erik Ten Hag signings have been bona fide successes, but the former Bayern Munich man looks like a steal at only €15 million. He also looked like the perfect fit for whatever Amorim is trying to build. The 27-year-old is extremely intelligent and looks like he can play anywhere across the pitch. He knew exactly when to press and when to stay back, while his ability on the ball was unmatched as well. He had a massive 139 touches of the ball and ended the game with an impressive 95% passing accuracy, with 114 of his 120 attempted passes finding their mark. As many as 21 passes went into the final third, with one of them finding the Dane inside the box, who scored with aplomb in what was the crucial equaliser. Mazraoui made 3 key passes and created 1 big chance as well. His solitary crossing attempt found its mark, while 3 of his 5 long balls found a teammate. Defensively, he was equally strong, and despite Antony looking shaky at times, the Morocco international gave him ample cover and snuffed out the danger at every available opportunity. The right-sided centre-back made 3 clearances, 1 interception, and also completed 5 tackles. He also won 6 out of his 7 attempted ground duels. Amorim could not have asked for more from Mazraoui, and with Lenny Yoro yet to regain full fitness, he will likely continue to play in this position for some more time. Moreover, Rasmus Højlund stole the limelight as Manchester United made heavy weather of beating Bodo Glimt in the Europa League. Speaking to TNT Sports shortly after the final whistle, the Danish striker reassured fans that the team are determined to move away from the unnecessary drama which has characterised their European campaign so far. "We want to make sure these games don't get too exciting," he said. "Obviously the game tonight was about getting the 3 points, and we did the job. United rallied well to secure the points, but they couldn't have done it without the sterling efforts of the 21-year-old. Højlund bagged a brace and ferociously chased down the goalkeeper to engineer an open goal for Alejandro Garnacho's first minute opener. Within 50 seconds of kickoff, the Dane was putting into practice the heavy pressing philosophy of new manager Ruben Amorim. "He told me today not to think too much about the guys behind me," he said. He added that Amorim encouraged him to try to work a little bit more on what I can see in front and be very aggressive towards the goal. It was a hit-and-miss night for the Portuguese's methods, with the 3-4-3 formation seeing United stutter at times. And Højlund acknowledged that it will take time to adapt. "Obviously it's going to take time, but I think you can already see now today some patterns, and it's getting better," he said. While the new formation has its teething problems, the number 9 is relishing it. "For me, this reminds me a little bit of how I played in Atalanta, in a 3-4-3, and it suits me very well." The youngster admitted that he hadn't had a chance to catch up with his goals, but gave some insight on the mood amongst his teammates. When asked about his outstanding first goal, he said, "I haven't seen it back, but I've been told by the others that it was very good, and obviously I'm to go home now and see it again." And speaking about the build-up to his second, the striker revealed that he is making an effort to stay inside the 6-yard box as part of his work with the new manager. "The manager told me to try to stick to running at the first post. We saw how it worked out," he said. The 3-2 win over the Norwegian champions is United's second victory in a row in the Europa League, but could easily have gone the way of their opening 3 matches, which all ended as frustrating draws. United threw away leads against FC Twente and Fenerbahce, which both ended 1-1, and relied on a 91st minute equaliser to salvage a 3-3 draw against Porto. They next travelled to the Czech Republic to play Victoria Plzeň on December 12. Manchester United secured a dramatic 3-2 victory over Bodo Glimt in the Europa League, marking a successful Old Trafford debut for new head coach Ruben Amorim. While the result provided back-to-back wins in the competition, it was far from straightforward, as the Red Devils were tested by their Norwegian opponents. Alejandro Garnacho got United off to the perfect start, pouncing on a poor clearance from Bodo goalkeeper Nikita Haikin to score within 50 seconds. The early goal lifted the crowd, and Amorim's team looked set to dominate. However, the visitors responded with impressive resilience. In the 19th minute, Hakan Evgen delivered a stunning equaliser, curling a powerful strike into the top corner from the edge of the box. Just 4 minutes later, Philip Zinkernagel exploited United's defensive frailties to slot the ball through Andre Onana's legs, giving Bodo Glimt a surprising 2-1 lead. The quick turnaround stunned Old Trafford, exposing vulnerabilities in Amorim's three-at-the-back system. With pressure mounting, Rasmus Højlund came to United's rescue. On the brink of half-time, the Danish striker connected with a brilliant cross from Noussair Mazraoui to volley home and level the score at 2-2. His effort revitalised the team, sending the sides into the break on equal terms. Amorim made adjustments at half-time, including substituting Tyrell Malacia, who was starting for the first time in 550 days, following a knee injury. The changes paid off quickly, as Højlund struck again 5 minutes into the second half. Narrowly staying onside, he converted a well-worked team move to put United 3-2 ahead, scoring what would ultimately be the match-winning goal. The game remained intense, with Garnacho nearly extending United's lead moments later, only for Haikin to produce an excellent save. Despite their efforts to press forward, Bodo Glimt continued to threaten on the counter. Onana showcased his sweeper-keeper abilities, making a crucial tackle outside his box to deny a potential equaliser and launching a counter-attack that ended with Garnacho missing a good chance. Amorim rotated his squad in the second half, introducing Marcus Rashford, Amad Diallo and Luke Shaw for Mason Mount, Antony and Lisandro Martinez. While these changes added energy, the Red Devils had to dig deep in the closing stages to protect their slender lead. Onana was called into action again, ensuring United held firm to claim the victory. Speaking after the match, Ruben Amorim praised his players' determination while acknowledging areas for improvement. There were good moments and difficult moments, he said. The lads stuck to the game plan, ran hard and pressed well. They're trying to implement the ideas we've worked on over the last 3 days, and we deserved the win. The manager also reflected on his Old Trafford debut and the warm reception he received from the fans. Half of the stadium doesn't know me. I've come from Portugal and haven't done anything for this club yet, but the way they made me feel at home is something I'll cherish for the rest of my career. Højlund's performance stood out, ending his goal drought with 2 well-taken finishes that were crucial in securing the win. Amorim praised the striker's efforts and hinted at more to come as the squad adapts to his tactical demands. Despite the victory, the manager acknowledged issues with ball retention and defensive lapses, areas he plans to address in training. The result lifts Manchester United to 12th in the Europa League standings, just 1 point off the automatic qualification spots. While the match highlighted the team's attacking potential, it also underlined the challenges Amorim faces in tightening the defence and solidifying his system. For Garnacho, Højlund and the rest of the squad, this win serves as a confidence booster as they navigate a busy schedule under new management. The passionate display by both the players and the fans provided a glimpse of what the future might hold under Amorim's leadership. Despite a few nervy moments, United showed grit and determination, ensuring a memorable start for their new manager at the Theatre of Dreams. Meanwhile, Manchester United legend Ruud van Nistelrooy is poised to begin a new chapter in his managerial career. According to renowned football journalist Fabrizio Romano, Van Nistelrooy has reached an agreement to become Leicester City's new head coach. The deal has been finalised, and the necessary documents are now being signed. Van Nistelrooy, who had a brief spell as interim manager at Manchester United, has been steadily building his coaching resume. Known for his clinical finishing during his playing days, the Dutchman will bring his expertise and passion for the game to a Leicester City side eager to make their way back to the Premier League. Leicester City currently competes in the Premier League, following their promotion from the Championship last season. The club sees Van Nistelrooy as the ideal candidate to guide them back to the top flight. His experience at the highest levels of football both as a player and a coach, is expected to bring a fresh perspective and renewed energy to the team. Van Nistelrooy's appointment will be officially announced soon, marking a significant moment for both him and Leicester City. Fans of the Foxes will be eager to see how he shapes the team and implements his vision as they aim for promotion. For Manchester United supporters, seeing Van Nistelrooy take on a managerial role at another club is a reminder of the impact he has had on the game. During his time at Old Trafford, he scored 150 goals in 219 appearances, earning legendary status. Now he's making strides in management, with Leicester City as his next challenge. Van Nistelrooy's move to Leicester City highlights his ambition to succeed in coaching. It's a bold step for the Dutchman and a statement of intent from Leicester City, who are looking to turn their season around under his leadership. Football fans across the globe will be watching closely as Van Nistelrooy takes on this new challenge. In other news, Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim has spoken about Marcus Rashford's form ahead of today's Europa League game against Bodo Glimt. Rashford, who was the club's leading scorer last season, has been unable to replicate the same impact so far this term. Addressing the media, Amorim emphasised the importance of helping Rashford rediscover his form, while stressing that the player himself must take the initiative. We have to find the best solution for him. He has to be Marcus to return to that moment. He has to be the first one to want it, said Amorim, highlighting the need for Rashford to regain his identity and drive on the pitch. The coach also noted that Rashford has been deployed in positions that do not play to his strengths. That position is not the best one for him. He was fighting with two giants, he added, referencing the physical challenges the forward has faced in recent games. Despite Rashford's struggles, Amorim expressed confidence in the club's attacking options, particularly Rasmus Højlund and Josh Zirkzee. Rasmus Højlund and Josh Zirkzee will score more goals, he stated, showing belief in their potential to deliver consistently. Amorim also called on other players to contribute more in front of goal, naming Amad Diallo and captain Bruno Fernandes. Amad has to be better nearer the goal. Bruno as well has to score more goals, he explained. The coach stressed the importance of goals coming from across the team, noting that relying solely on the strikers will not be enough to achieve success in the long term. Fitness updates. Lisandro returns, Maguire out. The manager provided key fitness updates ahead of the match. Argentine defender Lisandro Martinez, who has been out with injury, is set to return to the squad. Lisandro Martinez will be available on match day, confirmed Amorim, offering a boost to United's backline. Meanwhile, Harry Maguire, though back in training, is not ready to feature. Maguire is back but not ready to play tomorrow, Amorim clarified, ruling him out of contention for the game. Amorim also addressed young defender Leny Yoro's involvement in training, explaining that it has been focused on maintaining his fitness rather than preparing him for immediate action. Leny Yoro is training, but it's just for fitness, he added. What's next for Manchester United? As Manchester United prepare to face Bodo Glimt, Amorim's comments underline his focus on improvement across the squad. With key players returning and an emphasis on goals from midfield, fans will be eager to see how Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim spoke to the media ahead of Thursday night's Europa League clash against Bodo Glimt at Old Trafford. It will mark his first home game in charge since replacing Erik Ten Hag, and the Portuguese manager shared important team updates, tactical insights, and his thoughts on the opposition. Here are the highlights of his press conference. Ruben Amorim confirmed that Lisandro Martinez is back in contention after missing the 1-1 draw against Ipswich Town at Portman Road on Sunday due to a back issue sustained before the international break. This had also forced Martinez to withdraw from the Argentina squad. Speaking about his recovery, Amorim stated, "He didn't stop for long, so I feel he's ready." Martinez's return bolsters United's defensive options at a crucial time. However, fellow centre-back Harry Maguire, who also participated in Wednesday's training session, remains unavailable. Maguire has missed United's last 8 matches due to a muscle injury and last featured in the goalless draw against Aston Villa on October 6th. While he is making progress, Amorim emphasised the need for caution. Meanwhile, young defender Leny Yoro, despite not training with the squad earlier in the week, is available for selection. The club, however, is treading carefully with his recovery after a prolonged period on the sidelines with a fractured metatarsal. Amorim took the opportunity to discuss United's recent performances and the adjustments being made to integrate his playing philosophy. Reflecting on the Ipswich game, He admitted there were challenges in adapting to his style of play, but expressed confidence in his players' ability to adjust. These are different dynamics. We have to play in different systems because nowadays, teams change their approaches. The power of our structure is in adapting to these changes. Amorim highlighted the importance of versatility, stating that United's system will continue to evolve as the squad gets used to his ideas. The lack of a reliable goalscorer remains a concern for the manager. He pointed out that several players, including Rasmus Højlund, Amad Diallo, and Bruno Fernandes, need to improve in front of goal. Rasmus and Josh will score more goals. Amad has to be better near the goal, and Bruno needs to contribute more. He said, despite the team's control in the second half against Ipswich, Amorim was frustrated by the lack of cutting-edge play, promising to work on solutions to improve their attacking threat. Bruno Fernandes, who joined Amorim during the press conference, discussed how the team is adapting to the new system. As the captain, Fernandes acknowledged the challenges of mid-season managerial changes. If you change a manager mid-season, it's because things are not going as you want. Everyone has to take responsibility for that, he said. Fernandes stressed the importance of players understanding the manager's tactics and adapting quickly to various roles. You always have to adapt. It's not difficult for me to play in different positions because I try to understand the game as a whole, and that's part of my role as captain. Amorim turned his attention to the Europa League clash, offering his thoughts on Bodo Glimt, a side that has been in impressive form. They run a lot and have special players on the wings. I'm expecting a very intense game. It will be a tough test, but we are focused on winning our first home game under my management, he explained. With United's Europa League campaign off to a rocky start, having won just one of their first 4 matches, Amorim emphasised the need for a strong performance.